What's going on, guys? My name is Ted, bringing you all a review today for the Droid RAZR I, and this is a really neat device, a really cool device. Let's get into the first and most important piece of this device. It's running a single-core Intel Atom processor clocked at 2 GHz, which is phenomenally high clock rate. That's a clock speed we've never seen before in any sort of a core on a smartphone before. 2 GHz is phenomenal. That's absolutely ridiculously fast. I think the fastest I've ever seen before this, or even heard about before this, is the Galaxy Note 2 is going to come out with a 1.7 GHz, but that's a quad-core processor. Intel's the type of processor that normally runs computers, so that kind of puts it in perspective for you about how powerful this single core will be. The only problem is there's only one core inside of this device, and it's interesting because it used to be one core was all you ever required for a smartphone. Nowadays, dual core is kind of the standard, and with the LG Optimus G and the Galaxy Note 2 coming out in a little bit, I think the quad core is going to be the new standard. But this single core packs a lot of heat, so we've never seen a core before be this powerful, and because of that, it also uses a lot less battery life. If you don't already know, your cores and your processing speed uses up a lot of your battery life. So only having a single core that's just really powerful is going to make it so you don't use much battery life, but you still get the same performance as maybe a dual core processor or a quad core of just a really low quality processor. As far as the other features of the phone goes, you're going to come with 4.0 Android, which is Android Ice Cream Sandwich. One version old, but it's upgradable to Jelly Bean over time after launch. We hear this all the time, them saying, oh, it's upgradable to Jelly Bean. What this means is whenever they get around to it, they'll go ahead and code the Jelly Bean for this phone. It could be months, it probably will be months. Don't expect it before Christmas. I might say probably January or February you might see this update roll out. As far as the screen size, a really cool design. It's edge to edge, which means that there's very little bezel on the left and the right side of your display. And you get a 4.3 at Super AMO LED display. Just a very bright, quick, clear quality. As far as your RAM and your ROM, you're coming with 1 GB of RAM, which is kind of standard for a phone this size, and you're getting 8 GB stock of your ROM, which is your regular memory. That's how much your phone can hold, like music, photos, things like that. And it does have a micro SD card slot, so if you want to expand that a little bit, you can always go ahead and purchase a micro SD card and expand it to an extra 64 GB or an extra 32 GB. However much you find that you need. As far as your rear camera, you're getting an 8 megapixel rear facing camera with a 0.3 megapixel front facing camera. The front facing camera is not HD, but the rear facing camera is, so if you like to get those HD videos, you can get some really good crisp quality photos and videos from your rear facing camera. As far as battery life goes, you're coming with 2,000 milliamp hour battery. That's not very good, I'm not going to lie. 2,000 milliamp hour battery for a 4.3-inch display and this kind of a processor, it might work out because it's got a smaller display and a very good processor that's only a single core, so it might turn out that this isn't too bad of a battery life. But just in general, I like seeing battery lives that are like 2,500 milliamp hours. You're not going to get a full day out of 2,000 milliamp hours no matter how hard you try to conserve your battery, unless you just don't turn the screen on. So if you like to actually use your phone, you're probably not going to get through a full day of battery life with this. As far as NFC, it is NFC enabled, and just in general, this is a really neat device. It's something different, and that's what I like seeing. I've never seen anything like this before inside of a phone, and it's really cool. One thing I'll mention that's a negative side about this phone is Google Chrome is not compatible with it for whatever reason. So when you boot up all your applications, you're going to notice that if you like Google Chrome, like me, I absolutely love Google Chrome, as do a lot of people that run Android phones nowadays because it's Google's own web browser. It does not run it for some reason, so it's kind of strange that an Android device will not run Google Chrome, and Google Chrome is working on an update for it, but it's not out yet. So your web browsing is a really important thing to you. Just hold off for a little bit on buying this phone until Google Chrome updates to allow this phone to use it. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you learned something useful. If you want me to review anything else, leave in the comment section down below what phone you want me to review next. I do these videos all day long, so I'll keep you guys updated on the latest and greatest everything Android. If you like my channel, be sure to subscribe. I post a lot of Android-related content. I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Other than that, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.